and drum roll. What's up, everybody? We're back with the one and only Hunter J. Covington. Episode 2. Episode 2. Yeah.
Matt, how many of those beers did you have before I got here?
Not a single one.
Okay, good.
Gotta work tonight.
Uh,
So,
we got to do this on a night you don't work.
unfortunately, I work a lot of nights.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
you do.
Because work is good, I guess.
Pays the bills.
They say the second you stop working is the second you start dying.
Yeah, I mean,
Some people say that.
Old Tom says that.
Does he?
Yeah, he's attributed his 82-year lifespan now to the fact that he doesn't just sit at the house watching westerns and reading books.
Some people are just built like that.
That's true. Well, and Old Tom's always been short, so I feel like it's easier for the short people to live longer lives.
Why?
It's gonna sound really silly. I
Say
promise.
it.
What's the average life expectancy of a Great Dane? 8-9 years.
Okay.
I know that because my dog's half of one. So
Yeah.
what's the average life expectancy of a Chihuahua?
I hate Chihuahuas, so I don't know.
It's a lot longer.
Is it?
like
It should be shorter.
like mid to late teens.
Those ankle biters are trash.
Wow. Okay.
Well, you don't have a Chihuahua, do you?
No, but
Exactly.
But they're all our Chihuahua owning listeners right there.
No. They'll be all right. We'll get
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah. If not, this ain't the show for them.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know of many outdoorsmen and people who live the kind of lifestyle we do that have Chihuahuas.
I don't know a single one.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know a single one. I mean, yeah. They're just not outdoorsy kind of dogs.
they're not.
But, not every hunter needs to have an outdoors dog. Who knows? I don't know. Anywho, where did we leave off?
Oh, we were talking about what I do for work.
Yep. You were
And-
telling a story about. Oh, yeah. You were telling a
Locked
story
out
about
the-
a bow that you locked out.
Yep, those good times.
Yeah.
And I remember it blew your mind knowing that was even a possibility.
Yeah. How did you get started at Rogers? Because that's where we met.
Mm-hmm.
Because I worked at Rogers for I don't even know if you could call it a full summer.
Yeah, you weren't there super long.
I mean, let's try to figure that out real quick. So I guess my summer vacation would have started oh man, I don't know when my summer vacation would have started through in between semesters, but I know that I was there for I think it was the second ever waterfowl weekend.
Oh no, it had been going for 15 years.
No way. You're lying. I
wish-
thought it was the second annual waterfowl weekend.
No, absolutely not, dude.
What? Man, I felt like I was part of something super special.
I mean, you were just not.
It was really cool. It was one of my favorites. Anyways, I don't know. We're not going to try to figure out that math, how long I was there. But that is where you and I met. So how long, how did you where did Rogers come into your life?
So it kind of came into my life through, honestly, it's kind of a weird connection I have to the Rogers family.
Okay.
But my mom, being a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
taught Shannon's daughters, both of them, when they got to the third grade at Kearney.
Yeah.
So we knew the family well from then. And prior to Vince, Shannon's husband, moving the store Great Guns up to where it's at now, located next to Rogers in the parking lot.
Oh, was Great Gun somewhere else prior to that?
Mm-hmm.
Where was it?
So Great Guns, if you go into the town of Kearney, like you're getting ready to drive out to my parents' place from Kearney,
Yeah.
shoulder popped again.
Yeah.
It's going to be a thing.
We're getting old. So,
It happens. So as you're driving into Kearney and you're going east on 92 up towards the top of the hill where the Price Chopper used to be, and it's now the early education center, there's a little strip mall right down there where Slavinsky's Donuts was. Best donuts in the world. But Great Guns used to be right next door to where the Slavinsky's bakery was.
okay. I did not know that.
Mhm.
I thought Great Guns was at that, when they went into that strip mall right in the same parking lot as Rogers. I thought that was the start of Great Guns. I did not realize it had been around longer than that.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay.
Heck yeah. So when I quit my job at the trap range, I didn't know what sort of skill set I had, but I knew that I was tired of working maybe 4 days a week if they really needed an extra set of hands out there at the range
Yeah.
for a lot less than minimum wage, mostly paid cash.
Cash is king.
I mean, cash was king to a 16-year-old when I started there, but
Yeah.
about the time I turned 17, 18, I was like, I gotta actually start filling this bank account up if I want to do something someday.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, man, I was applying all sorts of places, dude. I applied to like the Price Chopper in Liberty. I think I applied to the one in Excelsior Springs too. Just why not cover all your bases? Um, and I applied to Rogers, and I put down that I had a passion for the outdoors, that I liked learning more about the outdoors because going into it, I didn't have any experience with duck hunting. I was, rudimentary fisherman at best. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, my deer hunting skills were, eh, you know.
Yeah.
So I put down that I wanted the opportunity to learn more about what I love doing and make that part of my job, and that was 2019. No, good lord,
No, way
no.
before that, because I worked.
2013. Jeez,
I was about to say.
I was 18, about to turn 19 when I started there. That's where I got the 19.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I worked there the summer of 2015.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah.
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 So I got called in for the interview.
Who'd you interview with?
Tommy.
Man, such a good dude,
He is. I like Tommy.
and he's got a stellar handshake.
Yeah. Like powerful.
Anyways, yeah.
Like young me was intimidated by Tommy.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of an intimidating guy.
He,
So, Tommy, if you ever listen to this, I genuinely think that you're one of the most genuine guys I've ever met. So, there you go. There's your little plug, Tom.
absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, I had interviewed with Tommy. He asked me about like my upbringing, same kind of stuff like we discussed on here previously.
Yeah.
What did I like about the outdoors? Yeah, the kind of basic interview questions too, like why do you want to work here?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm getting ready to go to school over here at Maplewood, so I need something that'll work with me schedule wise.
Yeah.
Still allow me to make some money. And not even like 24 hours later, I got the call, hey, you start Monday at 3 o'clock. Hell yeah.
I'll be there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
March 18th, 2013. Was my start
Nice.
date.
That's impressive.
Yep. So been there 10 years now. It's been an awesome run. Still love working there. Still love what I do because
Yeah.
I don't think we brought it up on air last time, but you saw that post that I had made about how appreciative I was of the dude that I had helped set his arrows up, and
Yeah.
he came back in, not specifically to tell me, but he made it a point before he left to tell me like, hey, you helped do this. You helped me kill this bull elk out here.
Yeah.
And I mean that,
Why don't we just? I mean, there's no rules to this.
Mhm.
Why don't you just dive? Why don't you just tell a story? I mean, I'm sure that.
no, I mean it's not a super duper exciting story, but I'll cliff notes it, and then if you want
It was
more
enough.
details,
It was enough for you to like make a long post. But I read your post and it was like a chilling like in a good way. It was like a chilling post because it kind of came full circle for you. So yeah, just tell a story.
All right, so this
You don't have
guy
to use the guy's name or anything like that. But yeah.
So this guy had come in and he was looking for some arrows. He was getting ready to go to Colorado on his elk hunt with some of his buddies.
Was this like his first Colorado hunt, or did he say?
No, they'd been going for a few years, and I think he had taken a couple already. But he was looking to switch his arrow setup, something that would work, here in Missouri for whitetail. Anything he'd want to hunt here in Missouri, whatever.
Yeah.
But he wanted something that was going to have a little bit more force behind it, something a little bit heavier without going to like 1,000 grain.
Yeah.
Super heavy, just ridiculous arrow.
Yeah.
And so me and him, we had talked back and forth, and I showed him all the different options. And I told him about it was gold tip black labels.
Mhm.
And the cool thing about those is they come with a 20 grain screw in weight that goes in the back of the insert of the arrow
Okay.
to get you some extra FOC, which for non-archery people listening, that's forward of center weight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
I've never heard that before. That's cool.
Oh man, go into that rabbit hole on YouTube, you won't come out.
That's fine.
It's like you.
Sometimes like keep it simple, stupid, like really works for me.
Same here.
And you're very good. Anytime I come into the shop, you're very good at keeping it simple for me.
Oh yeah.
So
Like
we'll just stick to that.
I think I remember when you were getting new arrows for yours. I'm like, what are you shooting already? Oh, okay. You're shooting gold tip velocities or Valkyries. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the velocities that I'm shooting now. I think
Yeah.
I switched from those
That's-
Ted Nugent zebra wraps
Yeah,
because they are cool.
they are pretty cool.
But yeah,
So Uncle
anyways.
Ted, if you're listening, you got 2 more fans of your arrows here.
Yeet.
Man, I'll tell you what. Talking about don't take Ted Nugent.
I know. Yeah. So,
So, but it was a really cool story because I asked Sam if he would be all right with me putting his pictures up on my personal Facebook page because it was cool because he came in for waterfowl weekend. He was standing in line because you know how the line gets,
oh, insane.
and I was the one that had to direct the traffic that day.
Oh no.
It wasn't bad. I got to talk to a lot of people from all over, so I mean, it was cool seeing like
Yeah.
you know these guys are from middle nowhere Arkansas, and they come up here like they save a whole rack just to come up here and spend this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And then you get guys from you know all over. Like I remember one of the first waterfowl weekends, I talked to these dudes that were from Australia and owned a duck lease in Louisiana. So every year they would come up for the sale at Rogers and buy stuff for their lease in Louisiana, and then fly back to Australia.
Goodness.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that is it is man. So and that's part of what I love about the job too is I get to meet people from all over,
Yeah.
and they've all got such cool stories to tell. And it doesn't even have to be hunting related stories either. You
Yeah.
know, they could just be like, well, you know, just new to the area, moved from middle of nowhere, Alaska, or you know, just
Hmm.
moved here from out west, and somebody said to check you guys out. And it's cool to me that we've got that big of a presence that people that just moved here hear about us from people they may have never talked to in their life.
Yeah. No,
So
yeah, that was one of the really cool things about it. Like that short time that I worked there, I met a lot of really cool and interesting people. And I can't remember if this was waterfowl weekend, but I do remember, just to cut in real quick,
oh, you're
I
good.
do remember a guy showing up and buying like 20 grand worth of snow goose full bodies.
Hmm.
And he had like a 26-foot box trailer
Yep.
or like enclosed trailer that he just backed up and we just loaded up.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Very vaguely. 'Cause
You may have been, I don't,
may have been in the warehouse.
I don't know, but all I remember is like that was the first time experiencing there. Like someone was like, "Wow, this dude is dropping some serious money."
Just dude F's.
Yeah, yeah. This dude straight gets it. But yeah, it just blew my mind. And
Oh,
he where was he from? I can't remember where he's from, but he ran an outfitter. He's an old guy. I think he was from Texas. I want to say he was from Texas. I don't know if snow goose hunting is worth a damn in Texas, but anyways, I don't know why I want to say that. Maybe it's because he had some sort of like southern draw or something like that.
One of the southern states.
Do you hear
though.
my dog in the background whining?
Yeah. Well, he hears us talking about ducks and geese and everything. He's like, I want to go do that again, Dad.
Yeah. Finish your story. I think you said his name was Sam. Finish
Yep.
your story with Sam. So he came in. You saw him in line.
And
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him at first because, you know, kind of the double edged sword of meeting so many people.
Yeah.
I am dog shit at remembering names and faces.
Yeah.
Like, somebody could come up to me 2 weeks after they were just in, no clue who they are.
Yeah.
But me and Sam got to talking while he's standing in line, and he's like, your name's Hunter, isn't it? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it is. He goes, you don't remember me from last year, do you? Nope. No, sir, I don't. I apologize. He goes, oh, well, I just want you to know you helped build my arrows last year. You want to see what those arrows did? I'm like, yeah. Show me,
Yeah, I
like,
do.
right now. He goes, well, what's your phone number, man? I'll send you the pictures too. And he started showing me pictures of, I mean, not that it was a small bull by any means.
Yeah.
You know, it was a really, really a nice sized bull elk.
Yeah.
And you can see it in one of the pictures where he's got his bow laid out in front of it while it's on the ground.
Yeah.
You can see the arrows that I made for him in the shop. That you know, like 2 weeks prior to his hunt,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You were a part of this.
That's awesome.
Like you helped accomplish this," and that made my chest just swell with pride, knowing like, "Hey, I didn't get to go on the hunt, but I was there."
Yeah. Dude, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. You don't like that just shows how much you actually give a shit about your job and care about this industry and like helping people out and like yeah, that's something to like definitely take pride in. That's badass.
It is, man. You know, I don't toot my own horn very often, but when I got that story told to me and got those pictures sent to me, I couldn't help it. I had to toot my own horn a little bit because it made me feel that proud of myself.
And it
And
should.
and if you had asked me 10 years ago, do you think you'll ever help set somebody up to go, you know, fulfill a dream? I would have said, I don't know. But
But you
now,
did.
I did, but
You
now
did.
and now that I've worked there for 10 years, if you ask me that, I'm gonna tell you that's exactly why I go to work every day.
Yeah. I assume that doesn't happen all that often.
Not too terribly often, you
Well,
know.
okay. Not too often that you like get the get the moment of like hearing about it.
Hmm.
Every day I'm sure you're helping people like fulfill their dreams. I mean, you're the only person that touches that bow. It's not like it's like the baddest bow in the world. I mean, it's a sweet setup, but
Hey,
it's a sweet setup because of you.
hey, does the pointy part go where you want?
Well, I mean,
Yes,
yes,
theoretically.
theoretically,
Well, then,
if I can make that happen.
then it is the baddest bow in the world.
But it's unreal, and you know it just as well. You're the only one that's ever going to touch that bow and take care of it, and I mean, you're the only one that's ever going to help me out with anything in there because I trust you. And I mean, yes, you are one of my closest friends.
So that goes a long ways too.
What's that?
That goes a long ways too. I mean,
Well, yeah, but I genuinely feel like that you do know what you're talking about, and you're very knowledgeable. And I mean, yeah, it's awesome that you have pride in what you do. Not too many people like actually care about what they do. You know, they it's rare to find that. You know, like a lot of my friends, I feel like have found themselves in those spots where like they actually care about what they do and enjoy it. And it's not all that often that you get those extra little like points of gratitude or excitement in your career that you can like be proud of and hang your hat on. So
oh yeah.
yeah, man, that's awesome. Well, hopefully he comes back and gets some more arrows from you,
Heck yeah.
or maybe he'll buy a brand new bow from you. You can set that up for him.
You know, me and him actually did discuss that day.
Hunterize it. That's what you need to. You're gonna hunterize your bow.
I don't know that I can say that because of there's that.
Nah,
shop.
don't mention that shop. It's okay.
I mean, I'm gonna give credit to the shop.
They're a
Uh,
good shop.
Carter's up there in Cameron,
Yeah.
which I don't think Doug is still the one making the strings. I think it's his son took over that.
Really?
But you know that's like their deal when they make a set of strings and tune your bow up. They put a sticker on there.
So it's crackerized, right?
Crackerized. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a little chinchilla in a suit and
Yeah.
a top hat with a cane because Doug's wife breeds chinchillas.
Cool.
So yeah,
I
kind of.
did not know that part of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if I could do hunterized, but
I think you could.
I don't know. I feel like
You're just putting eyes at the end of it. Anyways, whatever.
What about hunt ready?
Hunt ready. Ooh. I like that. Hunter ready.
I got your bow hunter ready.
That's good. I think I like that.
Trademarked.
Trademark. None of you listeners, I swear to God, the good Lord above, if you steal that, we're coming after you.
We don't know where any of you live. We'll find out. We have very particular sets of skills. Skills that make us nightmares for people like you.
So you've been at so you've been at Rogers for 10 years now.
Yep.
I guess what's your official title? Do you have an official title?
Man, I
Anytime I refer to you, I refer to you as like a professional bow tech.
mean, if I had to say yeah, that would be probably the closest to it. Archery technician, you know,
Yeah.
art, if you want to bare bones it, archery shop employee.
Yeah. Did you have to go into any special like schooling to?
No, actually. So, when I first got started with the archery shop there, because I didn't get started on that for 7-ish years. So yeah, 7-ish years into my career here, I transitioned into the archery shop because it's kind of unfortunate what you heard. Rodney passed away, right?
Yeah.
So,
Rest in peace.
yep, he was a good dude.
I didn't really interact with him a whole lot.
He was
But yeah.
he was grouchy. He was very grouchy.
Well, a lot of people are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So when I transitioned in there, I started out like doing the basics, just like cutting arrows, checking people's bows ends, like doing the paperwork aspect of it, not really getting my hands dirty, working on anybody's bows. And then the moment that I decided I was going to start working on the bows, it was actually, we were so busy. Dave and Tommy were down there helping out.
Mm-hmm.
It was Howard, Zach. I think it was just those four working on bows in the back, and there was this kid, like I don't know, 10, 11,
Mm-hmm.
youngish kid. And he was just getting his draw length adjusted. And I knew, okay, I know how to go measure you. That's nice and easy. I can do that. And then we were just so busy, like the scope of work on each bow was, it was a time consuming task for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was going to get freed up for 20, 30 minutes. I felt bad for this kid just standing around waiting.
Yeah.
So I just ran to the back part of the shop there, and I grabbed a set of Allen wrenches, looked up how to adjust Mission Hammer draw length module, got on Mission's website and found the chart. Took the
Yeah.
bolt out, rotated it around, got the kid checked out for $5 because
Yeah.
that's what that runs to adjust the draw length, and
Yeah.
sent him out the door. And I'm like, I could probably do this.
Yeah.
And then a couple days later, Howard and Dave and Tommy are back there. They're teaching me how to tie D loops.
Nice.
So it was a gradual, like a progression as far as the difficulty of the tasks that I was working on. But I think I got most of my training, if you will, in like 2 weeks, and then it was, if you have a question, ask. Otherwise, you got free run. You're an official tech force now.
Nice.
So no, I didn't ever go to any of the like the Hoyt's training school or the Matthews training school. I couldn't even tell you right now if they still offer those classes. I know that when they did, we sent Dave and Tom, or no, I know Tommy went to one of them. Do you remember Russ, gray-haired old manager before Rodney?
No.
Okay, no worries. I know he went to the Hoyt school with Tommy, if I'm remembering it right now. But they would send out an invite, like whoever the company was, whether it was Hoyt, Matthews, whoever's. They would send out an invite to all their shops, like, "Hey, do you want to send somebody out? It's on your dime, unfortunately, but do you want to
Yeah.
send somebody out to our headquarters? We're going to be giving classes on how to adjust stuff on our bows."
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm not sure if they're still doing it, I also feel confident enough in my ability to say I don't know that I would need to go.
Yeah.
And are there are there still things that like trip me up, like where like I just can't remember them right off the top of my head? Sure, but if I get stuck on something,
Yeah.
the pool of knowledge back there in the bow shop is so vast. I know I can turn to Zach, to Howard, to Anna,
Yeah.
Dave, Tommy, whoever, and we're going to come up with either the right solution or we're going to learn about it together.
That's such a great thing, having it at your disposal, just like a wealth of knowledge all around you when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
your job. Like that's something me personally in my career, I'm so grateful for. I mean, aside from, rookies, like I work with a wealth of knowledge, and I'm very thankful that, our leadership also, like a lot of them are about it and
Yeah.
like have years of experience in different aspects of the job, which is great because it all ties back to that core job where you start at. So nice. So it's kind of like an apprenticeship.
Pretty much.
It's fair to say, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to. Thankfully, it's not like a union apprenticeship where I got to pay union dues every freaking month. But
Well, then you'd be getting union pay,
right,
which
well-
sometimes is worth it.
yeah, that. Hey Howard, if you're listening.
Hint, hint. That's funny.
But yeah, definitely it was like an apprenticeship, or like a mentorship, I guess you could even call it, where, I'm learning from my peers, and it's no, it's a really cool thing, and we'll get some old bow. It's been sitting in somebody's safe for 30 years,
Yeah.
and like we'll look at each other like, what's going on here?
I
And
feel like it's without fail. Anytime I'm in there, there's someone that brings in one of those kind of bows. Just some
Dude.
old rustic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Has
Yeah.
not seen the day of light in 20 years.
Mhm.
So
What do you mean I need a new string? That one ain't broke. No,
Yeah.
but it might if you shoot it again.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I always hit them with the no, but over the past however long you've had it in the case or in the safe, the strings have stretched out and it won't shoot as well.
Yeah.
That's usually the hook 'em line. Like, Oh, okay, you're probably right. I should probably do
I
that.
bet one of those old bows, cleaned up real nice, and then set up with a brand new string, looks pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Probably looks pretty slick.
So yes, asterisk. If it's old enough to where the cable's on the bow, not the string itself,
Hmm.
if it's old enough to where the cables on the bow are coated steel cable,
Yeah.
you can try and polish a dog turd. I hate to say it, but you can put whatever color twist string you want on there. But when your string's only 24 to 30 inches long,
Yeah.
because that's the only actual piece of string.
Yeah. That's funny.
Uh, Man, I tell you what, we had one about 2 months ago come in, and I swear to God, this bow looked like somebody had fished it out of the river.
I yeah.
It
I don't
was
doubt it.
it was rusty. There was dirt everywhere, and it was an old steel cabled bow with 6 idler wheels on it. So it had
And what's
the idler wheel. So the precursor to what you see on bows now, precursor to like modern cams.
gotcha.
So back in the day, you
Those are
didn't.
bows like the real tiny.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Like real tiny
Oh yeah.
wheels, I guess,
Mhm.
up there in the limbs.
Yeah,
Huh.
and they were just offset enough to give you like 35-40% let off. So, you know, you're holding back every bit of 35 pounds,
Yeah.
and you can
Those are
tell.
called idler wheels.
Yep.
That's cool. I did not know
Um,
that.
Yeah, I'll have to find the picture of it and show you, because if you've got the image in your head of how I think you might, it's not what you think. So you have where a cam would be on a modern bow now.
Yep.
In between the limbs at the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
One about halfway down the limb, and then one right directly attached to the riser, the middle section of the bow, on top and bottom.
Oh,
Dude, they were wild, wild looking.
what kind of bow was that?
I'd be lying if I told you I knew off the top of my head. If I had to make a guess, it was either an old Fred Bear or something or other, possibly a Pearson or a Jennings.
Wow.
I mean, this thing was old school, and like I said,
Technology has come a long way.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
What's your favorite bow to work on? Like right now.
Like modern bows,
Yeah.
dude, we could be here all night. I could tell you a favorite thing about each of them.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, and this is gonna surprise a lot of people that know me and know that I shoot a Hoyt. So Daniel
Say it.
Matthews, I'm sorry to say it, Daniel Matthews, but some of my favorites to work on
Say it.
are Bowtex.
Dang it. I thought you were going to say bear, dude. I thought,
Well,
for some reason. I feel like bears are super simplistic.
so I mean they're not any more or less simple than any of the other bows.
Ah, gotcha.
I will say there's a couple companies out, so Bowtech being one of them. Elite is actually another one that I really like working on.
Yeah.
Um, and I'll go through both of those. But the reason I like working on the Bowtech so much is ever since they've come out with the deadlock cam system,
Yeah.
where your cams are on worm gears in between the limbs, instead of having Y cables like your bow's got on the top cam or the
Oh,
top
yeah.
limbs.
Yeah.
Instead of having to put the bow in the press, put a couple twists into one side, take a couple twists out, take the bow out, put an arrow on your top cam and make sure it's leaned correctly straight up and down.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is hold an arrow on the cams on these Bowtechs nowadays, and right on if it's a right-handed bow, the top right, if you're looking towards the rear of the bow, you've got a couple of Allen screws, and one of those Allen screws controls that worm gear. So you're basically shimming the bow, or shimming the cam without shimming it. So
Huh.
it's wild.
That's
It-
cool.
If you get a second, come by the shop and I'll show you how it works. It is really cool.
Well, I might
I mean, I'm not going to
stray away from that because every time I'm in there, I'm looking at something new. I love Fred Bear. I feel some weird commitment to it, probably because my first ever bow was a Fred Bear, had the compass in the handle or in
yeah?
the grip.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what that model is off the top of your head by chance? I've tried looking it up and I can't find it. I can't find it. Like I will literally type into Google Fredbear bow with compass and grip, and I can't find it. Anyways,
I don't know. One of our listeners will probably hit us up in like 3 months
hopefully.
after this blows up, and is like,
Hey,
"Hey,
I
it
know what
was
that is.
uh-huh."
I would love it.
He's gonna
If
he's gonna be
anyone
so
listens to this,
excited.
if anyone listens to this, and you can tell me what that bow is, comment it and tell me what it is, and send me a link to see it or a picture or something. I will. I don't know what I'll do. I'll send you a pack of broadheads. I don't know. I just, for my well-being, I would love to know what model of Fredbear that was.
You got to scratch the itch in your brain on that one.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
it was my first bow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing you don't have it anymore.
No, I don't. Nope.
Okay.
All the bows I've ever bought have been sold or traded.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So,
It's all right. I had that bad experience with that Matthew Z7 that I bought from. Dude, I drove to like northeast Missouri to meet this guy. It was so dumb. I think he got me. I think he knew that it was messed up, but I'm pretty sure the dude was like running meth out of his house. Anyways, I was young and naive.
okay.
But
That happens.
well, so okay, this kind of goes back to Russ. Was Russ a tall guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I have met Russ before then because he's the one that told me. I brought my bow in there to have him just like go through it, and he couldn't get to it right away, so I just dropped it off.
Yeah.
And he called me. He's like, "Hey, here's the deal, buddy. Your top limb is split like horizontally."
Oh shit.
I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, from the nut or not nut, but like bolt or whatever it is that holds that cam on."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "It is."
From the axle.
Yeah, the axle. He's like,
Yeah.
it is split from the axle, probably like 3 or 4 inches down the limb. I was like, how did I not notice that? He's like, it's a hairline. Like it took me a long time to find it. He's like, you're basically gonna have to buy new limbs for this thing if you want. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I just sold it like for like next to nothing.
Right.
After that, and I tried reaching out to the guy, and he was like, yeah, well,
Your problem now.
tough shit. You know,
Right.
I was like, what? I was
What
like,
a-
did you know that it was broken? And he just wouldn't answer me. So
What a stand-up gentleman.
right.
He's a pillar of his community.
Like I said, it looked like he ran meth out of his house. Walked in and there's like, not that pit bulls mean you sell meth, but there was like 3 or 4 pit bulls. He was just grungy looking, had a
Bro.
weird smell in the house, like like knowing what I know now.
Okay. That's
Looking back, I'm like, yeah, that guy.
fair.
So,
I'm a little offended at the pitbull comment. That's the other half of my dog.
well, okay, get your feelings hurt, whatever. But no, so I have met Russ, yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, every time I'm in there, like I always toss around the idea of getting a new one, but I just have a commitment. And that bow that I have now is sweet. The Kuma 30, with everything we've done to it, is a sweet bow. It's fast.
Oh yeah.
It's and I really enjoy shooting it.
And
Did you help Matt? This is kind of not really off topic, but did you help Matt set up his arrows for his bear hunt?
I don't know that I did.
May have been someone else.
That might have been either Zach or might have been a Howard thing, but I'll bet. You know,
'Cause
I'll give credit where it's due. Zach is. He's got a little bit more know-how on building the arrows specifically. Like
Yeah.
the dude's got a brain for numbers.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like he could tell you right off the rip, like, hey, this arrow's gonna weigh out to this many grains, and he's gonna be within 10 grains either way.
Wow.
Like,
So he knows his stuff.
oh yeah, yeah.
So I
he's
should
good.
have him make my arrows instead of you.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm just kidding.
I'll just go. I'll be in the corner.
Oh, hey, hold on. I think we got a buck pick. No,
Uh-oh.
never mind. They're nowhere to be seen, dude.
Well, it's a good thing we're not recording video for this one because
Just
this
a little
is
bit
really,
of dinks. What?
really exciting video we'd be getting.
I'm listening to you. There's
I know.
nothing here. Nothing here too. Oh wait, hold on. What is that?
Uh-oh. For the folks
Nope, that's
listening
just a
at
doe
home,
in the distance with her ears perked up. Man,
son of
see,
a gun.
just teasing, dude. We had a bunch of bucks moving the other night.
For
Look
any-
at this picture. Okay,
What-
you
what
look
am
at
I
this
looking at?
picture. I'm gonna show it to you here in a second. So if I can find it, I want you to look at this picture. And for the view or listeners, I'm sorry you can't see what this is, but for the ones that are listening, you have probably already seen this picture in our group text. So, yeah, where's it at?
Oh man,
Where is
this
it?
is really captivating right here.
Yeah, no, maybe I didn't.
This
Oh.
guy.
Okay, it's probably on our group chat. Give me a second. Thought I saved it to my phone. I didn't.
Way to
So
go.
it sounds like Rogers has turned into like a really awesome career for you.
It is.
Yeah.
It really has. It's you know, the thing that I tell people when they ask me why I'm still there, when I could be doing, you know, could be doing other stuff and
Mm-hmm.
making potentially more money and potentially better benefits. I'm like, dude, I love what I do. I get up in the
Dude,
morning.
and if you can make life work and love it, love what you do,
Oh yeah.
other stuff will come.
Like I get up in the morning and I won't lie, I'm not a morning person. But I'm not that guy that wakes up and just goes, "Fuck, I gotta go to work
I
today."
have to edit that one out. We can say the other curse words, but that one, that's hard.
Okay,
I'm just kidding.
This is PG-13. We're
No.
allowed one, and I
That
just wasted
the first
it.
episode, no, the first episode I uploaded, I put very quickly, not for children. Because when you upload to YouTube, you have to,
Oh, you have to make that
Click.
distinction, don't you?
yeah, for not children.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I mean, kids could probably still find it. They're just not
Probably.
gonna put it on like the YouTube Kids Edition.
Yeah. We're going to get back to your career there, but I want you to look at this.
Okay.
It's zoomed in because that's all we got of it. And I looked at this photo several times because I think there was well, no, I can't find that. This is a zoomed in screenshot of this picture, but there was a smaller buck in the photo that you could actually see pretty well that I was like just like assessing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked in the background. I was like, hold on.
All right. Let's see.
Does that look like a stud or is it just maybe like the photo? It looks like a stud.
Bro, that's a Wendigo.
I don't know what that means.
It's a creature from American Indian folklore. It's evil.
That's a win. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
didn't-
that does look like
doesn't it look like a stud, dude?
that's a solid deer. If
Tall and wide?
Yeah, super wide.
I don't know.
It could be something.
Okay, but like look at comparison where like the head would be and where like the photo like the top of the antlers would be. I mean, that's a
That is a tall deer.
it's a big deer. And the body is
Not small.
not small. I'd like to see that guy closer up. You know what's really cool about these Tacticam reveals?
This is not a sponsored by Tacticam podcast.
Not a
but
sponsor. However, if you're Tacticam, you're listening to this and you like what you hear, there's going to be a lot more of it. So, the cool thing about these, man, if you get a deer on camera that you like,
Mhm.
and you can download an HD photo.
Right.
Yeah, you get 50 for $5 or $5.99, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. But like, you get to pick which 50 you want. Is that how that works?
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
literally like here. I'll show you. I'm not gonna do it because we don't have anything on camera right now that's worth.
Worth $6.
Well, so yeah, worth
Whatever, $6
6 divided by 50 or whatever.
What would that be?
I'm the last one to ask when it comes to math, dude.
It's gonna bother me now.
So like right there, if I wanted an HD photo of that, I just down in the bottom right and just click HD, and then it processes it and
Okay.
then sends it to you after its next like check in, which is cool.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I need to tell my little brother to put that Tacticam I got him for Christmas out. He still hasn't. Like
Really?
it's still in the box.
It's so easy to set up. What is it? I think it's like $13 for your first one, and then $12 for any one that you add after that. So if you're running multiple, like it could get expensive, and I think that's like the difference where CuddyLink steps in. It's like
Right.
I think CuddyLink is like $40 for unlimited, but you can have
Right. You can daisy chain them out.
as many as you want.
Yeah.
Which that's what Matt runs, and he really likes them. I mean,
I know Dave, he's managing that one property out towards the north central Missouri, and he's got like 16
yeah,
of those cutty links, and only one of those is cellular. The rest of them like daisy chain the signal back to it, and big
Yeah.
big email push at 6 in the morning and 6 in the evening.
yeah,
So like he gets to wake up and look at whatever pictures were taken between 6 p.m. and 5:59 a.m.
yeah.
So I mean that's kind of cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that I've noticed with with that like constant notifications like around this time right now.
Right.
You know,
Well, as the deer are
prime
starting
hunting
to-
time in the morning and prime hunting time at night. It's like as deer are moving, my phone's constantly. Brr, 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 brr. I'm like, gets annoying,
Oh yeah.
especially when it's nothing but doe.
Right.
But the big boys will start walking around hopefully
I
when
was
we
gonna
get
say,
cooler
it's-
weather.
It's probably annoying seeing nothing but does until you're sitting there scrolling through, and then ping, there's that big buck
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, agreed. Then your heart starts pounding. You're like, oh my god. But
Start feeling like you're in the stand.
the frustrating thing will be because I'll run these all year. I'm thinking about buying one more. But is choose one stand. Big boy walks out and pops
yeah.
up on your camera at the other stand that you chose not to
Right.
hunt. Yeah.
And you're gonna get the notification while you're sitting
Right
in that
there.
one stand.
What?
Hey, he's over there.
Why? Why? Yep. And then you're gonna jump head first out of the tree stand. Just kidding. That's not cool to say.
That's not.
But
Did you ever
anywho,
hear my almost falling out of the tree stand story?
no.
Okay. Yeah, I almost fell out of the tree stand once, and it was only like 12 feet off the ground, but it was an old hang-on stand my dad had hung,
Yeah.
and he.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill.
Bill.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh my
So,
god.
so it's this old hang-on stand that Dad's had for, I don't know, it was probably 10 years or maybe longer, but he had problems with the where the triangle of fabric that made up the seat connected to the rear seat support on
Yeah.
the stand itself. He neglected to tell me that he'd had that rip and had it re-sewn numerous times over the life of the tree stand.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting up in here and I'm hearing what I thought at the time was a deer, probably just a squirrel. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know,
It's half the time.
you got to turn around and look.
Absolutely.
Well, the way that this or the seat of this tree stand was set up, it was triangular shaped, where the wide part of the triangle was towards the front, like where like the backs of your knees would be,
Mm-hmm.
and the skinny part was behind you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, back towards where your ass is gonna be.
Mhm.
And I turned, and I guess as I turned, I put just enough pressure on those stitches that that little piece of fabric where it had been sewed before
Mhm.
ripped.
Oh man.
And I remember I was frozen in a past parallel squat for about 10 minutes thinking that I was about to die.
For real?
For real, dude. Like, I'm sitting there, I've got my rifle in my hands, and I am in a past parallel squat. My legs are burning, but I am so shaken up with my quote unquote near death experience that I could not move. And I finally just stood up, got down out of the tree, and I drove back to the house because I didn't want to be out there anymore that day.
Nope. Absolutely not.
I also had to go change my shorts.
But I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was scary.
Here's the thing. I'm sure you and I both did like some of the dumbest. Like when you first start hunting, is just gung ho about it, excited about it. Looking back now, some of the tree stand setups I sat in, stupid.
Oh yeah,
Stupid. I remember hunting behind a buddy's house and not knowing a single thing that I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I'm going to change tree stand locations.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to like this where I thought maybe they'd come out. Had no idea. Had no idea. But
but it felt good.
yeah, it felt good.
Yeah.
But it was like the skinniest tree that like the sticks
Yeah.
and the stand would like connect to.
Uh huh.
Stand slung around one arm, setting sticks and climb up the thing. And it probably wasn't this high, but I just remember being way high off the ground. And the reason being is there was an interview with Uncle Ted a long time ago. Or no. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
It was not an interview. My buddy's dad, Scott's dad, had gone to some hunting expo with his buddy, and they actually got to meet Uncle Ted.
No shit.
And it was right around the time that they had just bought their own hunting land. It was like 250 acres or so.
Probably got it for stupid cheap.
Dude, such cool property. Anywho, Scott's dad asked Uncle Ted, was like, hey, what's like your one piece of advice on stand placement? And Uncle Ted was like, the higher the better. The higher you can get, the better, because you're out. You're like out of that ozone. You're out of that line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because they'll
I'll
only
tell you
look
what,
X
those-
amount high up.
what?
They'll only look like
Yeah.
X amount of feet up the tree. After that, there's like nothing's gonna be up there.
One of those tree stands on their property that I hunted and hunted once and would never hunt again was on a tree. It was 33 feet high.
Nope.
Okay.
Negative.
So you climbed up. It was on a little hill, probably as tall as this table for the listeners. This is probably like a 4.5 foot,
I'd say 4.5 ish.
maybe 5 foot tall, like mound,
Okay.
right? A ridge. And then, so it went up the backside, the sticks did. And then when you got to the top, you had to swing around the tree to the hang on. And so then you added that extra 5 feet below you, and you're just hanging over nothing. I hunted it once. We'll never hunt it again.
Absolutely. I wouldn't even have hunted it once. I said,
Yeah.
nope, I'm sitting at the bottom of that tree.
Yeah. No, I'm not even sitting on the tree. Like,
I don't care. Nope.
I have one, like those are all sketchy. Sitting in it without any sort of harness,
Oh yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Like, that's the kind of dumb stuff we did. Now, I hunted a hang-on stand once last year, a much bigger than I used to be, right?
I mean,
So there's
all of us probably are.
there's some extra heftiness there that just probably shouldn't be sitting in a tree stand or in a hang-on stand.
I mean, they're rated for big boys now.
Yeah, but you're also like committing a lot to that
Yeah.
like tree,
Like,
right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right. Like at least with a ladder, like you have that point of connection to the ground, and you can still ratchet it down
Yeah.
and just feel safe. But
With a hang on, yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
different story. Yeah.
I hunted one once last year, and I'm a big fan of the lineman rope or the safety rope going up. It didn't have that, but I did wear a harness.
Yeah.
Right, once I got up there. But getting up there didn't have anything holding me
Right.
to the tree. Which, dude, nowadays, like, we both have too much to live for to die from some stupid hunting accident, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Or get seriously injured, like paralyzed, you know?
Right.
There's always those horror stories. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So now, now I hunt with a harness, and with even with like ladder stands. Like this year, my goal is to just buy a lineman's rope for every set.
The safe line,
The safe line,
rope,
yeah,
Yep.
yep. So this new spot that we're setting up, I already got one put up there. Just got to get the ladder stand set up, just for comfortability, and then you can stay hooked into it too.
Right. Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about. Oh shoot! I left my actual harness strap.
Mhm.
2 hours away at this other property or wherever.
Yep.
If you've got one of those safe lines attached, it's gonna catch you if you fall off on the ladder or if you fall off the platform.
Yeah, it's $30 that could save your life.
Yeah.
Or you could go at what's that knot called?
Prusix,
Prusik
finger
knot.
Prusik knot.
Yeah, you could learn how to tie that and just do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
If you wanted. So, and go buy climbing rope for however cheap it is. So,
That's an outdoor activity I don't know anything about is climbing.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure you can probably buy like weight rated climbing rope at
Oh, probably Menards.
Menards or any sort of place that sells chain or rope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I will forever always do that.
100%.
My one super sketchy tree stand story, it was actually the morning that I shot my first buck with my rifle. It's not the one hanging out there. It's the one down on the ground back there. But I was hunting my boss at my first job after quitting being a DJ. He invited me out to his property that he hunts out east. It's like straight east off 210. What was it called? What's that area called? Anyways,
I don't know.
we get to this property. He's got permission on. We climb into this ladder stand that's been there. He said it's been there forever. It's never really maintained. I get up to the top. It's
Red flag number 1.
Yeah, it's a 2-person.
Okay.
Or buddy stand or whatever, 2-man.
Yeah.
I get up, sit down in it, and it shifts like 20 degrees. But like it twists.
Yeah.
To where now the left side of it's kind of like leaning down. And that's where Darren's going. That's
Yeah.
where he's going to sit, is on that side. And so he gets up, it shifts a little bit more, but it locks in somehow. But it's like we both were like, this is like, we verbally said it out loud to each other, like, this is sketch.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we got to be very careful here. Of course, neither one hit a harness or anything like that. So if that thing decides to topple over, like,
Just riding it down.
we're both riding it down.
Yep.
But yeah, then it ended up being like one of the greatest hunts ever
Right.
because
You shot your first buck with your rifle.
it was a nice buck.
It was.
It was a very nice buck. Yeah, it was really cool. And it was with an old pump action 270.
What?
Yeah, buddy.
Was it your rifle?
No, it was his. I didn't have a rifle.
Oh,
I told him, I was like, hey, I would love to go. I don't have a rifle.
And he's just like, I got you.
Like, I got you, buddy.
Okay. You're going to say, I'd like to see that thing.
It's one man I loved working for. He's a genuine dude.
Yeah.
Awesome guy. Awesome boss. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him as much because, he was doing boss things
Right.
with the company. But, yeah, he was an awesome guy. He was a good family friend, too. Like, my little sister and his daughter were friends. And,
Okay.
like, growing up and whatnot.
It's like you guys knew each other prior to you working?
No,
for
I
him?
didn't really know him.
Not really.
Kinda. Nothing like, yeah. Like, but, going in and interviewing with him felt very, uh, like not unfriendly, but what am I trying to say? Like,
Like cordial, like
no, like we like I didn't know enough about him for it to be like a,
like
hey man, nice to see you.
right.
Hope
Hey,
you've
how's
been
it
good.
going? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It was very much a, hey, sit down, tell me about yourself.
Okay.
Usually the questions I have for you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was a good job,
Heck yeah.
but it didn't last
Tell you what.
because I was at a weird time in my life. I was chasing money, which was stupid.
Oh man, I
I look
remember.
back at that guy and I don't want to say I'm not proud of him, but um,
Glad you're not him anymore.
glad I'm not him no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get occasional Facebook memories that pop up and like just
From
cringe.
those days, yeah.
Just straight cringe,
Oh,
dude.
dude.
Oh man.
I've never had like like the like the real grind like what you were doing back in those days. Like I've never had that whole mindset of like just everything's about chasing that dollar like you used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But when my Facebook memories from 10 years ago pop up, I cringe because I posted some weird shit, man.
I'm sure everybody's like that.
Like I'm glad I'm not, 16, 17,
Yeah.
16 through 22 ish.
Yeah.
I was just a weird dude.
Do you want to know my favorite story about working with you and Rogers? You probably know what I'm going to say.
Was it the time I dropped a box of chairs on Brian Kipping's head?
Uh,
No, because I think Kip was gone by the time you left.
no, I worked with Brian.
No, you did, didn't you?
I don't remember that one.
No, it was good.
No, my favorite story with you at Rogers is when you all of a sudden were like, I need more money, and there's probably some stupid influence from me there.
Maybe a little bit.
You're like, I'm going to get a new job. And you got hired
Oh,
on at the
no.
airport. You got hired
God
on at the
damn it.
airport, and then
Oh,
you were
man.
done. You had put your 2 weeks in, and I think it was the next day, or 2 days from then, you were back, and you walked in. I was like, what the hell is going on? And you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I was like, no, we are talking about this. You're like, all right, fine. I fell asleep during training. And that was the one thing when we walked in there, like, you cannot fall asleep, because if you fall asleep during this training, how do we trust that you're not going to fall asleep out there on the tarmac when you like have a lot of responsibility?
Oh no, it wasn't for the tarmac. That was for being a security agent at the gates. They're like, how do we trust that you're not going to fall asleep
Oh,
at the terminal at the gate? And I'm like I tried to fight it. I was like, hey, I've been stressed about trying to get this job for 6 months because being an airport position, it was a federal position.
Yeah.
Like, the feds have me in the database.
yeah.
They do, man. The feds got me,
Dude, you walked in and I was like, what the hell's going on?
God, dude, I was pissed.
But
But
looking back,
yeah, looking back, it was definitely for the best.
yeah, that was a sign
Oh yeah,
that you needed to stay where you're at.
oh yeah.
'Cause you enjoy it, man.
Needed to stay with the outdoor industry because man, I still I look back at how mad I was that day leaving the TSA training facility, and I was like, man, why was I so what was I mad for? You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I'm mad now that the feds have me in there for 10 hours of work is what it ended up being.
So you paid for it?
No, yeah,
Did you?
yeah. They gave me
Nice.
my final wages, $10 or 10 hours. So like 7 hours the first day, 3 hours the next. And they gave it to me on a like prepaid Visa card.
Oh my God.
That
How much
was-
was it?
It was $140
Yeah, buddy. For 10 hours?
for 10 hours.
$14 an hour
Yeah,
after taxes? Jesus.
yeah. Well,
It's probably good.
I don't think that.
Did I do that math right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
But that was $14 an hour. I don't think since they paid it to me as something other than. I don't think I was even officially on the payroll. So
Did
I
you
don't-
get like a W-2 from them and all that you had to file your taxes with?
I don't think I did because I was still just training.
Nah, dude, now they're really coming after you. Uncle Sam always gets his money.
Oh yeah, you can,
You're getting audited 5
Uncle-
more years from now.
dude. If they audit me
8
for
more years.
$140, I will just mail them $140.
Think they won't? You
I'll-
think they won't?
I'll mail them $140 right now, just so they don't, so I don't have to go through that.
I doubt they're coming after you.
I really hope that they're not.
You never know.
How are we looking on time on the recorder over there?
Oh, approaching an hour.
Already?
Yeah, buddy. 7:38. Let's take a quick break. I gotta pee, and I'm gonna try to figure out why my dog's crying, and then we'll get back to it and wrap this up. Dude, this might turn into 3. This might just turn into a
The thing.
Matt and Hunter thing. And then we'll do like one-off videos here and there, like other, or not videos, recordings of like, other people. I don't know, because we have, we've been friends for a long time. We have a lot of cool stories to share from like with each other and individual stories. So
Oh,
it may
yeah.
just turn into like you're the guy.
And we could always, I mean, we will always, even if we do somehow manage to run out of stories, we're always going to have the ability to like just riff on one another.
I don't think we'll ever run out of stories
No,
because we've been hunting together for a long time.
that's true.
So okay, listeners, taking a quick break. We'll be back.
Okay, bye.
Or
Checking out the sponsors.
yeah, that short sponsor break. But so
if we get sponsors in there, it might not be a short sponsor break. Like there might be 2 or 3 ads.
look, dude, all you can do is hope for the best,
Okay.
right? At the end of the day, that's all you can do is hope for the best.
I'm just saying, like for anybody listening, like that might have been 5 minutes for us. Like we're still here.
We're still here,
We're still here.
dude.
So that's
Okay,
kinda cool.
I don't think they're to the market yet. Have you seen those new Bomar broadheads coming out?
All right, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you and everybody that listens to this.
Yeah.
I am so terrible at keeping up with what's coming out in the archery industry.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
So,
yeah.
like,
You got a
I
lot. You got a lot that you got to keep up with. That's like happening now. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So no, I have not seen these broadheads yet. But what's the deal?
So I don't know the breakdown of like. I mean, I know there's mechanical and that there's fixed. Right.
That's
That's
pretty-
about as far as it goes for me.
Pretty
Right.
much it. I mean, you might have
So-
your hybrids that have like Muzzy's got the Trocar hybrids where it's got an expandable blade.
Yeah.
It's also got a fixed blade in case the expandables don't deploy.
Yeah. So this is what okay, I don't know how this deploys, but the blades
Mhm.
are once they're deployed are it's 2-blade
Yeah.
are like on springs,
Okay.
okay, right? So if like and they also swivel. So instead of like hitting bone
And stopping or losing momentum, they just
or like
swivel
getting
around.
shifted in the body, it just here's bone. Viewers, you can't see this terrible demonstration I'm doing with my hands, but it's like here's
I
bone,
wish you
here's
guys
the
could.
blade, and instead of like just hitting like that and getting stuck or shooting the arrow off to the right, it'll just fold back down and just keep passing through and then
Huh.
open back up when it's got space to open.
Interesting.
So they'll swivel, but they're
Okay.
also on. I think I only saw a quick video of them,
Hmm.
but they're on a spring, so like it will like make
So
sure to
it'll-
push back out.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're to the market yet. I think they're still either in design or they're going to be coming out. But
Okay.
I, don't know.
I mean,
Dude,
I
there's
could-
so much stuff.
Oh, I know.
So much stuff in the hunting industry.
I could see those broadheads being good though. I mean, I don't
It's
know.
the next greatest thing, right?
So I mean, is that Josh Bomar himself's product? Because there's like Josh Bomar's Bomar Industries, and then oh shit, I'd have to ask Zach. But there's another company that is also named Bomar, and it's 2 separate entities. Like they're not related to.
I think it's Josh's.
Okay.
Because okay, and not to speak illy of anyone, but isn't he the one that had like the whole poaching scandal?
No. Yes.
Yeah, Bomar. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
I think.
he's like that big jack dude,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, it's him. It was, or at least he was the one. Yeah, it has to be because he was the one that was like
He
in
also
the video.
he also
repping it.
melted his truck.
Melted his truck.
Yeah, he was doing a control burn and his truck got somehow caught on fire.
Wow. Yikes. Yeah, I don't really know nothing, like a whole lot about him.
I don't know. I mean,
Just like little blurts here and there.
I've got one of his nose buttons on my bow and I really like it.
Nice.
You know, I like it better than like a kisser button.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I don't keep up with the outdoor industry like I probably should with my line of
No,
work.
you do. You're just in a different way.
But there's just so much. Like you said, there's so much to keep up with.
Yeah.
You know, especially like for guys like us, like we're archers, we're rifle hunters sometimes.
Yeah.
We like going chasing ducks around.
Love that.
Love it,
Love that.
100%.
Did I show you my new call that I got? Or did I tell you about it?
No.
The new Last Flight. Have you seen those calls? Last Flight?
Mm-mm.
So they look really sweet. Their sound files are really nice. I ordered they have one of the models is called the Imposter,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like an ivory barrel with a kryptonite.
Like
No,
a
I'm sorry, an ivory insert with the kryptonite
barrel.
barrel, and
Ooh.
it looks sweet, right? And it was like a 1 of 10,
Okay.
right? Or there's like a select few. So I paid a little bit more for it, but I mean, I don't know if it's not an investment. It's like I'm gonna run it this year,
Right.
but here's what makes me sad. I didn't look into it enough, and it's a double reed.
You motherfucker.
Well, okay, double reeds are great. Like you can still hit a lot of the notes that you want with it, but I don't think they're as controllable.
No, they're not nearly as snappy and
So I'm
responsive as a
trying to
single.
decide if I want to like mess with the tuning and try to tune it down, like tune it to a single reed, which I could do.
You say, yeah, I mean,
But
you know how to do it.
it also just sounds good. So if I just want to pick up a call and just run some like basic notes,
You want to let me be lead caller and you can make the background noise for once?
sure,
Hell yeah, let's go.
let's do it. I'll be the duck whistle guy.
Okay.
But
All right. I'll have my Yellow River Customs
bush light
latte.
call.
Yeah.
Bush latte.
I freaking love that call.
It is a sweet call.
Like, it sounds good. It's got good volume, and it says Bush Latte on it with the mountains and everything on the barrel. Like, I'm sorry, not everybody's calls are as cool as the one I got.
Yeah.
Yours are probably pretty cool too.
I'm still running that OG Molt gear, which I love. That Delrin Riceland spec call.
Mm-hmm.
The old Ricker. I'm committed to that call. I love those calls and just my
Dude.
involvement with Tim when he was making them.
Dude, so is he not making calls no more? Like, is he?
I think he is, man. I don't keep up with him as much
Okay.
as I should. He's such a good dude.
He is.
You know,
Dude,
getting
I
involved.
saw
Like,
him.
dude, I could not go over to that guy's house without just almost pissing my pants from laughing.
Right.
And he's such a funny guy.
He is. I tell you what, though, I saw him. It was like last year, or maybe even the year before, but I saw him and I hadn't seen him in forever. And when I met Tim, he had no facial, like he was clean shaven, right?
Oh yeah.
This dude comes in with a full on, like, the start of a Santa Claus beard,
Nice.
and I didn't recognize him.
Yep.
But no, I hope he's still making calls. Like, I've still got that Ricker on mine that you and him, back when you and him were working on making calls together. I
Yeah.
still got that one for my double read.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you or not. This was a couple years ago, so this would have been like the last season we actually like hunted together. Before just life started getting in the way.
Yeah.
I bought a Zinc PC one.
Did you really?
I got a goose call.
Nice.
Can I blow it worth the shit? No.
Just takes practice.
I know.
Dude, I remember
Dude.
I remember looking up to all those like professional callers and like kind of going back to the whole not knowing really a whole lot about the industry now. But I remember back when I first started getting into this, Michael Waldell and the Bone Collector guys, and when they came in, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to meet them.
Oh, dude, and they were such great dudes.
They were great dudes and
so down to
and,
earth, and I mean
like
that same dude you see on TV with Waddell, that goofy Georgia boy.
yeah,
That's not a persona. That's who he is.
yeah. And then like
sorry.
meeting Big Sean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he's a little different when I met him, but anyway, like I just
We were somewhere.
his call was one of my favorite calls. This Slipknot, what's his name?
Lynch.
Yeah,
Yep. George Lynch.
George Lynch. There we go. I couldn't remember his first name.
Yep.
Meeting him was awesome.
Oh, you got to meet George?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a signed hat.
Dude, that's cool.
I also got a signed hat by the guy who was the original designer of the Bigfoot decoys.
No way.
Yeah, he was there at one of their booths one of the years that I think it was the year that I was working. I think it was. Maybe.
Well, you got to remember that year, I had never duck hunted before. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't start duck hunting until like late that season.
Yeah.
So like I had no idea how big these guys were that were there.
That yeah.
Like I remember looking around, like people, like the guys that had duck hunted, the people that we worked with that were duck hunters, or had been working there long enough to like know.
Yeah.
Like these guys were starstruck at like Big Sean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who's Big Sean?
Yeah.
Like,
Make some great calls.
oh yeah.
Yeah. The big kahuna. I remember running that thing. I never bought one, but I gotta run it one time. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I so that waterfowl weekend that I worked, it was still when y'all were doing it like on Sunday as well.
Oh man, that I tell you what, that was always a terrible day.
Yeah, I went out with all those guys that night down to Power and Light.
Oh no.
Like, I like, because I remember some of the guys from uh, Ducklander. It wasn't
Okay.
Bobby wasn't there, but some of the other like pro staffers who were
Mm-hmm.
also pro staffing with I think Beaver Tail and whatnot. They were like,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, we're going out. You want to go?" I was like, "Absolutely." And then I remember I went out and bought like a handle of Sailor Jerry's and brought it to the hotel room that they were staying at.
Sailor Jerry's.
And then we went down to Power and Light,
on
and
a Sunday?
no, Saturday night.
Oh, okay. Saturday,
Saturday
going
night.
into Sunday.
And the Beaver Tail guy, like, was on his dime like the whole night.
No way.
Like, I mean, I bought a few here and there. Like, I definitely bought him a couple
Mm-hmm.
just to try to show some sort of appreciation.
Right.
Yeah, he's catching the tab on like everything. It was unreal. And then had to be back there bright and
Right.
early. That was back when I could do that though. There's no
Oh
way I
yeah.
could do that now.
No,
absolutely
dude, we
not.
cannot do that no more.
No, absolutely not.
And
Like
you
it
know-
just would not work.
And you know what? It's funny looking back, like our best day of duck hunting together. You, me, Lush, and hang on. Was it Nick?
That young kid,
Yeah.
that was my neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Nick. That day. The best, the absolute best day of duck
the
hunting.
best guided hunt we ever paid for ourselves. We'll get in that story in the next episode.
I
That's
don't-
definitely what I want to talk about. Hey,
All right.
it's
yeah,
past and done.
That's true. Statute of
past and done.
limitations is over.
Yeah, we already paid our dues.
Yeah, we did. But you know what? We had the best shoot of our life that day at Pintail Shoot, right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Pintail. We were at Killdeer.
Oh, that's right. It was Killdeer.
Yeah, it's still my favorite spot.
Yeah, Killdeer. That was.
Well,
but you know
Middlemarch
what?
is pretty sweet now too. But anyways,
But do you remember how fucked up you and me were at 12:30, 1 o'clock that night, and we got up at 2?
we were just drinking Crown Royal
Yeah, like I don't think we had mixers in the house.
because I was living at Chet's house. Yeah,
And we
So
were.
we got there. We somehow got there.
I have no idea.
Was that the same morning that that Nick kid went with us?
Yeah,
Was it really?
dude, we were schnockered.
Who picked us up? There's no way. There's no way because I remember talking. I don't think that's the same night or that same hunt because
I don't know, but I do remember we had.
I think that night that we drank and then went, we
Mhm.
hunted the open.
Oh, the walk-in.
I think that's that morning.
Oh,
Because I remember having
yeah.
to pick Nick up and talk to his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his dad was a cop at the time. And there was like, there's
Okay,
no
yeah,
way. Because I would,
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked
I
out
wouldn't have shown up hungover or like
with.
with one half on still, you know,
Mhm.
like
Oh yeah.
to pick his son
I mean,
up, to
they're
take him
not-
duck hunting for the first time.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean that tied one on knot. It was coming undone,
But-
but it was still there.
guess who's a big duck hunter now? I haven't talked to him in
Nick?
years, but guess who is? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he's big into bow hunting too. Like I see him about once. I don't know, once, twice a season.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he loves bow hunting. Just as much as he loves duck hunting. But yeah,
I'm gonna say
he's
that
big time now.
We
We were a good influence.
I think so. I
Really?
think we influenced that a little bit
Probably.
because that was the most epic hunt.
Oh my God, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we're talking about it later. We're not doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna leave the listeners with some suspense.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're gonna save that story for part 3.
for part 3.
Well, it might just be week 3 at this point.
Week 3, yeah, could be.
If you're possibly serious, we could just make it a thing.
I don't know. Like I said, we have so many stories to share and whatnot, and experience that we could probably just do a podcast of just you and I talking. So
Right? I feel like we could 2 bears, 1 cave this shit really easily.
that's such a good podcast. Dude.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Bert, Tom,
My-
if you guys are listening.
My favorite one is when Bert comes in with the 64-ounce jug of Kool-Aid.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, dude. It kills me. It absolutely kills me.
Oh my God.
Those guys are hilarious.
Like
Yeah.
they're hilarious on their own. Like there's both their stand-ups is like top tier.
Yeah.
Tom's a little dry, but
Ooh. Yep.
you put those two together and it's just
I think that's like Tom's sense of humor though. It's like that dry, sarcastic.
yeah.
Like yeah, which I personally I love sarcastic humor. Like that's my type of humor. So like the goofy, like over the top shit. Like that's why I don't watch Family Guy really, because it's just kind of like it's not funny to me.
Yeah, okay. I can
Like
see
there's
that.
some sarcasm in there a little bit, like that's kind of funny, but like yeah, I don't know.
So it sounds like you should watch Letterkenny.
I do like the shorts. I don't watch any full shows anymore though,
That's fair.
other than like Witcher. I watch The Witcher just because I really enjoy it.
You fucking nerd. I can't say anything. I watched the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian
Yeah.
and Loki. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Get out of here.
yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'll just go be in the corner.
Yeah, Jesus, talking trash on my show. It's such a good show.
Did you ever play the video game?
I do. I have the video game.
Okay, you're okay. You're not.
Yeah, I
You're
haven't
not
read
a-
the books though. I thought about reading the books.
You're not a wannabe nerd. I appreciate that.
That's right. I almost got a Witcher emblem tattoo, but I refrained.
Well, if we're talking about almost cool tattoos, I almost got the Assassin's Creed Odyssey tattoo.
That's dope. I have no
Like-
idea.
like-
I mean, I know what Assassin's Creed is, but I don't know what the Odyssey means.
So it's the one they set in ancient Greece, and it's got the old Spartan plumed helmet
Oh,
inside the Assassin's Creed A.
that's cool. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, but
Do it.
no, I've told you. I just showed you what I want to
You
get.
have like 3 tattoos.
I have 2.
2 tattoos. Yeah, get some more. Fill out your arm
Yeah, just-
like me.
Yeah, just you know, just go spend my hard-earned money.
Well, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, I do have the itch.
Well, buddy. Unfortunately,
Got to cut her off, huh?
we're gonna have to cut her off. Yep,
Son of a god.
it's all right. This was a good one. This was enjoyable.
It was. I sincerely hope, like, to the listeners, I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we're enjoying making it.
Yeah, this was
Um,
just fun.
You know, whether I'm gonna say this right now, whether I am a like recurring, like, I don't know if you want to call it a host, or if I'm just like a guy that every so often just pops in to say hi. I'm loving doing this, and I hope you guys are loving listening to it, because
I hope so too. I don't know. I don't think we sound dumb, and we talk about some cool stuff. So
I don't know. I feel like my
Well, we probably
gone
sound
too-
dumb, but
Well, you know what? I'm gonna refrain from making some comments.
okay.
I was
Yeah,
gonna dog on somebody, but it's fine.
Yeah, don't talk on nobody. We don't need to do that. We're refrain from that. We're good,
We're
upstanding.
we're
people,
nice
okay?
people.
Yeah,
We don't dog on anybody on air.
that's right. on our sponsor breaks, we may or may not
Oh,
say
we-
a few choice words about individuals that kind of got mentioned in this, but
Yeah, that's fine.
no, that's not true.
No, not at all. But no,
But-
I just wanted to say to anybody listening, love doing this. If I'm not the recurring host and you guys have to listen to Matt all the time, keep doing it.
Well, you just definitely made yourself not the reoccurring host or
Oh, okay.
reoccurring guest or whatever it may be. So
Sorry, I'll just go be in the corner.
probably should.
Okay.
So
I'm
thank you
just-
for listening, everybody. I appreciate it. I'm cutting Hunter off because he's sounding dumb.
Oh, okay.
So like, share, subscribe. Hope you all enjoy this, and we will be back hopefully in another week with another episode. Peace.
Go.